Hey y'all, this clip is my video of thanks, and the next clip is just showing you a new tool I bought and why I had to buy it. But this is Chuck's knife, and I gotta make the sheath. Probably gonna do that tonight, and put the edge on this, and then finish it one last time with some 600. I've got his ferro right rod made. Anyway, I just want to say thank you. This knife making thing is my new passion, and I just can't see me getting tired of it because every time I make a knife, I learn something. I get just a little bit better. I figure out another way to do something, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's a great hobby, and it's self-sustaining. The money I'm making from knife making, I'm putting it back into my shop, which is nice. It's so far it's covering all the materials and the tools, and I wouldn't say I'm getting paid anything for my time, but this is a hobby and it's one that I really enjoy. So that's not so important. And who I want to thank is all the people that have bought knives. Thank you, but also the people that have given me advice and encouraged me and given me tips, and some of y'all have even sent me stuff to help me along the way. BC, yes, there's another BC up in Indiana. His name's Bill. He sent me some wood and electronic level, and other people have sent me wood, and Buckrun 11. What? Buckrun 11 sent me some stuff to help me get started, and uh, lots of people have, and I hope I haven't. I know I'm leaving you out, and I'm sorry, but right now I just can't remember everybody's name. So thank you for the people that have helped me and encouraged me and bought knives and given me advice, and to all the other knife makers out there that don't try and keep a secret what they've learned and how they make knives. It sure makes it easier for people that want to get into knife making uh, when you put information out there and help new guys like myself along. Taylor Blades is one. There's several others. And thank you. Okay, here's a big thank you. It's really made a huge difference, and it's been a big help, and I'm truly grateful and appreciative of the people that use my Amazon link to shop Amazon. And I just became, what do they call it? An Amazon. It's not just an affiliate. Basically, I have my own store now where I add things that I've used. I, Actually, you can add anything to your own Amazon store, but I'm only putting things that I have personally used and vouch for. And most of them I've even left reviews, the bigger stuff. So I'll leave these two links, the Amazon link, if you don't want to go into Amazon through my store, and I'll leave my store link just in case you want to see what all I've bought. So thank you very much, y'all, to the all the people that have encouraged me, and to all the people that have used my Amazon link. Thanks a lot. And the next clip is a new tool. Happy, happy, happy. Tools are good. Chinese piece of junk. And priced appropriately. It was, I can't remember, like 70 or 80 bucks. It wasn't that expensive. And I knew what I was buying. When I bought this, though, I rarely used a belt sander, and now that I'm making knives, I use a belt sander on every knife because I have to square the handles before I drill them, or else the pinholes don't get drilled straight. Here's a problem. It got such a weak motor. I took the disc off. I never used the disc, and I thought if I removed the weight, maybe this thing would turn a little easier, or use less of its motor power to not having to spin the disc. No, that didn't help any. And it takes very little downward pressure to stop this thing. I'm going to turn it on. Watch. That's, you know, 2 or 3 pounds of downward pressure, which you got to use to, you know, if you want the sander to work, you got to put pressure on it. So it stops it way too easy. And what I found out is that it's a 3rd horsepower. And my God, I've done some research all afternoon, one afternoon, and that night I read and read and read, and it turns out there just is not an American-made bench top belt sander. They're all Chinese. Some of them are, you know, Taiwan, but they're all made overseas from Chinesium. So I guess what you're left with is choosing the best of the Chinesium crap, and that's what I did. This is a 0.5 horsepower, a 5 amp motor. That's a 4.3 amp motor, and we'll see. It was $180, and you know, there's still, this is, I would say, middle tier of Chinese crap. Even Jet, my favorite, you know, my 2 sanders, kind of expensive for me. That one and that one right there. They were both right around $500. They're Chinese. So Jet, even Jet is made in Taiwan or China. So there's just no American made, there's no options that I'm aware of that are made in America that are for, you know, constant use. I hate to use the word professional use, but maybe I would use the word daily use. We'll see. I'm fixing to take that off. I'm going to throw it away. There's just nothing on it that's any good. The belt, I'm going to keep the belt. And, oh, that's another thing. This is belt driven. See, the motor is down in here, and there's a belt that drives this. There's a pulley here and a belt that goes around them, so that's a weak link. And this is what they call direct drive, where there's a motor here and a shaft coming out either side, and this are directly driven right from the motor itself with no belt in between. I can only assume that that is a more efficient means of turning these belts, I hope, and a better use of a 0.5 horsepower. So let me get it out of the box, get it on here, and we'll see. I may have to do some rearranging here. I'm not totally happy with how I've got this set up, and since this does have a disc sander on one end, and there have been a few occasions when I thought I might like to use a disc sander since I took that off. I mean, I was only trying to get more out of that. I may put this on this end and move this down. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to drink my last cup of coffee and think about it a minute while I get this out of the box and make sure it's not busted. I could have bought this through Amazon for $10 less, but for $10, if this ain't, you know, what I want, I can take it right back to Lowe's and get my money back. Oh, well, it's been a long day. I haven't really got a whole lot done because you know how you start one project and 9 other things happen, and you know, it takes you away from the project you were doing. These, 1, 2, 3, 4, these LED light bulbs are so unbelievably bright. I'm just astonished at the brightness of LEDs and the cost. They're 60 watts, 800 lumens. These are Ace Hardware brand. They were, less than $10 for 4. And look at how, I wish I had done a before and after. I just cannot believe how bright it is. Well, anyway, in the meantime, I sort of got sidetracked. And, you know, making the plunge lines on the knife even on each side is kind of difficult, but it's even more difficult if you don't have bright light right on it. So I made this bracket. This is just a simple Walmart clip-on that I took apart and bolted it through there. And anyway, that's really going to put some light on it. I got this together and got it bolted down, and it's a little on the loud side, but I don't care. I got this block of wood that stopped the other one with very little pressure. Let's see. It's 3 or 4 times the power, without a doubt. Oh, I'm happy. If this thing lasts, I'm going to be very happy. It's still, you know, Chinese, or Taiwan. I think this is made in Taiwan. But it is the higher, you know, maybe not the higher end like Jet, but it is the higher end of the mid-grade. I guess it was probably the highest you can get without stepping up into Jet and you know, the higher dollar manufacturers. So, you know, this is not a job, it's not a full-time thing. And every tool I spend, basically every knife I sell buys a tool. It's pretty much how it's gone so far. So anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying the heck out of this. But anyway, I like it. Porter cable. I forget the model number. Let's see. No model number. Maybe that's probably the model number there. Got a decent warranty. Okay. That, actually I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to take the rollers off of it. And who knows, I may be able to use a motor for something someday. I just, you know, when I say I'm going to throw it away, that means it goes somewhere and probably never to be seen again. But, you know, if it has parts I need, you know, it's there. So I just can't throw stuff away that has usable parts. As a matter of fact, me and a friend of mine, Rob, 5 Acres on the Bayou, we were just talking about that. He went down to Houston, 5 Acres on the Bayou. If you're not subscribed to him, he's got an interesting channel, 5 Acres on the Bayou. His name's Rob. And he went down to Houston to help gut houses down there and get people's stuff out of their houses and pull sheetrock and insulation out and stuff like that. And he's been there 5 days so far on his own, you know, on his own dime. So, alrighty, I got to open the doors up and get out of here. I had to keep my doors closed because the love bugs are just not dozens, not hundreds, thousands of them. I never thought I would say these words, but I will be so glad when winter gets here and these love bugs die. So, new tool, happy. Thanks for watching.